From Maputo Corridor Radio, and of course, today we are going to fly in the world of movies. And let me start by greeting. Hello, and welcome to 105.9 FM.
Thank you so much.
Can you please start by saying your name and also your role in this film that you are going to talk to us now?
So, my name is Nalini Sousa. I'm the director of the documentary Special Envoy. And with me here we have Lino, he's the cinematographer of the documentary, and Emidio Josine, here from Mozambique, who was the assistant photographer.
Okay, can you start by telling us from where came the idea of doing this documentary about Aquino Bragança?
So I'm Portuguese, and I live in Goa for the last 20 years. And I know that there were many Goans that came to Mozambique, and there's a huge relation between Goa and Mozambique, and I was trying to find the ideal personality to show this, and I found that in Aquino Bragança, and I thought he was someone worth telling a story about.
Okay, and to bring this to talk and also to produce a documentary about Aquino Bragança, I believe that you had some challenges. What challenges?
I had many challenges.
Can you tell us some? Just to mention.
This was a 4 years project. We started this in 2014. And one of the biggest challenges is that there's not that many photos of Aquino or not many videos of Aquino. So, for example, I was in the RTP archives in Portugal for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I knew all the dates of all the events he had been participating, and after say 5-6 hours I found him for 3 seconds, and that is for me like a moment of glory. Same thing happened to me in Gomopate. I contacted Gomopate for archives. They had no clue who Aquino was, but I said, does not matter, you just give me this particular archives, and there I found him again for 3 seconds. So it was really difficult to show Aquino as he was in this documentary. But we found a way. We found a chess game, and the whole his whole biography is going to be told through a chess game. And we shot this in Goa, and then John can speak more about this process. It's a beautiful house, a beautiful Indo-Portuguese house, where Aquino spent his holidays there when he was a child.
Okay.
So this is a house full of memories, and that is where we did the base for our movie.
Okay, can you please can you remind us first your name?
My name is John Lino.
John Lino, that's it.
I'm from Goa, India.
Yeah, Goa, India, and now in Mozambique. Are you enjoying?
Very much. I love it. I've been here 2014, and it's nice to come back.
Wow, nice. And can you tell us, of course, your role in this documentary?
I'm a cinematographer, and I really enjoyed doing this movie because there's a lot of challenges as well as a lot of new things which I learned from the director and Emidio, and then there are a lot of other people, the sound guy, and it was really nice. And
okay, you were saying about to get the history of Aquino was not that easy. That we are talking about someone who lived also in Mozambique.
Yes.
Did you somehow tried to find some archives in Mozambique that could help you as a guide to do the work that you did?
Yes. The movie also includes some archives from INAC and from TVM. There were 2 interviews done with Aquino, I think, in the 80s. So that whatever I could, yes, it's there in the documentary. Of course, we also had a lot of interviews here. So in terms of interviews, we have a lot of them. But we didn't include in the documentary because we decided that there will be only one narrator, and that is Dr. Fernando Vaz. So he's the guiding point for the whole story, because he met Aquino when he was very young. He must have been 15 or 16, and he was the last person, because he was the one who brought Aquino's remains from the plane crash in 1986.
Okay, and Emidio, Josine, you as a Mozambican and also being part of this documentary. I know that this is your work, and how has it been for you?
Good night. It was a pleasure, and I have to say that it was a good experience being in this working in this movie with special people, Nalini and John. And for me as a Mozambican was also good because I knew I could know more about Aquino de Bragança, who was Aquino de Bragança. So it's nice for me. It was like academic person and academic biography,
Journalist,
and journalist as well, exactly, and many things I learned by being part of the move. I mean, of the crew.
Yeah, you get involved in his personal life.
Yes, that definitely. I went to search more about his life, and Nalini also took me to where he was baptized in that church, and then where he grew up, I guess, on that village.
In Salvador do Mundo.
Yes, and that was a nice experience to have Aquino's life. I mean, on my mind all the time while we are doing this movie, so I could know more about the history of Mozambique.
Okay, the places that you went to film, what about local people? Did they know about the story of Aquino Bragança, or?
Like I went to Portugal, and there I interview a lot of people also, and we are talking also of Aquino's generation, so they all know Aquino. I went to France also to meet Aquino's daughter, Maya Bragança, here in Mozambique, obviously, and in Goa also I interview his relatives. Now, what I found is that they all know Aquino, but if you talk to the younger generation, then nobody knows who Aquino is.
Yeah.
And it's why we are doing this documentary in a way. Is for them to know this personality.
To know his biography. Let us say, what is the title of the documentary, and why to bring it in Mozambique now?
Special Envoy, because I think very few people know that Aquino was Samora Machel's special envoy just after 25th April 1974. So just after the revolution, the Carnation Revolution, like we call it in Portugal, according to history, just after that day, there were no more Portuguese colonies, which is completely wrong. This did not happen. The war continued. There was no really good relation between these colonies and Portugal. They could not understand why the hell they wanted independence. And Samora and Agustin Neto and all of them said, why the hell don't you give us independence?
Yeah.
So Aquino was that fundamental person. And then Samora said, you please just go there and talk to them and make them understand what we want, because you will be the only person who can do that. And so Aquino was the special envoy in that important moment. And he did manage, after many meetings that nobody knows about it, all secret meetings. I don't think there's anything even written about it. It's all orally. But he had, I spoke to people who met him that time. Some of them are not there anymore here. They died. But how he managed to, make them understand how important this was. And that's how then there were the Lusaka agreement.
How long the film is, and where can people see it?
So the movie is exactly 62 minutes.
62 minutes.
Yes.
Exactly 62 minutes.
With the credits, which are very long credits. And it's going to be here on 18 July in Goa. I'm going to also show it because if Nelson Mandela was alive, he would have been completing 100 years on 18 July. And I thought this is, again, a very important personality in this story, because they met. And to celebrate his birthday, we are going to have the movie in Goa on 18 July. After that, I'm going to obviously take the movie for the film festivals.
Yes.
I hope here in Africa, I don't know much about it, but I hope to find out in the next days.
Yeah.
And then probably after 1 year, it will be shown on television, on RTP for sure, that is for sure. And who knows, maybe here in Mozambique We are
Work on it.
yes, we are working on it.
What lessons? I believe that to get involved in someone's life, it's not that easy. And what lessons, while during the film, while also writing this documentary?
Yeah.
For me, Aquino lives in my head. Him in his part. Whatever I do in life now.
It's Aquino
Yes,
Bragança.
I asked him, would he do this? Would he do that? What he would do in this situation? And I always try to follow because he was someone who didn't care about money. He had this dream for independence of Mozambique, not only Mozambique, of Angola, Cabo Verde, of all this, even Goa.
Speaking language.
Yes, and that was it. If he had enough money to eat or to put a jacket on if it was cold, it was not important. And it worked for that goal all his life till the very last moment. And he would have continued to work. And I think this is a very big lesson, because how many of us in today's world live for ideals like this? It doesn't have to be this ideal, but who works for these ideals today? We are all worried about having money, buying a car, buying a house, and buying things and more things and more things and more things. We are
So that's the
completely
main
materialist.
message that the public or the audience will have
Yes.
when seeing the documentary.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody now should not have money,
Yeah.
but that we have to have a balance.
Know what to give value.
Yes, you might like, for example, obviously I make money working for RTP or doing other things, but I have an NGO, so I give my time also to others, and we all have to have like this. 50% of our time we make money for us because we do need to eat, but part of our time we do have to give to others, and I think
Sure.
that is very important.
Sure. Well, Nalini and also Emidio, Josine, the question goes for the two, but of course in different countries. You, Goa, and he's in Mozambique. What is the main challenge of being a filmmaker, and also is it that easy in Goa to do this profession?
In Goa is not easy, because Goa is a very small state. If you see the whole country of India, Goa is really small. It's like a village. So we don't have many financial supports. For example, for the sound mixing, I had to go to Bombay, which, as you might know, is where all the Bollywood movies come from.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, sometimes we don't have all the equipment, all the things we need in Goa, and we have to go and find in the big cities like Bombay. But I don't know. I love challenges. I mean, if everything was easy, it was
Life
not fun.
it has always.
So,
Well, for me, in Mozambique, we know that for us, the young generations of filmmakers, is not easy just to get funds, for example, or to get accepted and start doing the history, or start doing a project like this. But like Nalini says, without challenge, without all these problems in between, well, it's not
That easy.
good. It's not exactly. But I would say things are changing in Mozambique. We must work a lot to make more films and to get more people doing this. Of course, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy, and we need to fight, because I think this is a special tool that we must use for dissemination of our culture, our history, because there is a lot of people that has so powerful stories, life stories, that we don't know, but we have to do that. We have to share these stories. Who's gonna make this? Us. We have to make. This is our challenge while we are living, because we can't live for the others. We don't know if the others are gonna do it.
Yeah.
and we're
Let's
not
take a
alone,
chance.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think 50 years back, probably there were no these collaborations, these co-productions, but it's not the case now.
Exactly.
Like, we can
Yeah.
help, like we did, just like we did now between
It's a
Portugal
share
and
of
Mozambique.
experiences.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we are coming to the end of our short talk show. And can you just make the listeners now understand a little bit about what they're going to see. The synopsis of the documentary.
Of the documentary.
Yeah.
So this is the biography of Aquino Bragança, since he was young till 1986 when he dies in a plane crash with Samora Machel, and how in the whole his life he tried to bring peace, not only independence but peace in the whole of Africa.
Sure. Okay, and where the film can, where the documentary will be shown in the how together and the
so
dates?
the movie
Here in Mozambique.
Yes, so the movie is going to be shown on 9th July in Centro Cultural Franco-Moçambicano.
Monday.
On Monday, yes, at 7 o'clock. Centro Cultural Franco-Moçambicano is the day they are going also to inaugurate the new the hall, the cinema hall, and it's going to be with our movie. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's very good. Your last messages.
I hope that people come, especially the new generation. We also want the Goans to come because it's part of their history as well. And we have a special cocktail with things that we brought in our suitcase of Goa, of Feni, which is it's a drink made of keju and many other things. And we want people to come and not only to watch the movie, but to let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do together in the future.
Okay, we are talking about everything about Maputo. Are you somehow trying or planning to take it to other parts of the country?
Yes, that's my idea. I hope so. I was just discussing with Emidio. I hope we can take it to Beira and to the schools. I think it will be very important. Also. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really important because Aquino was a big figure. So it's important that we can take it to the other places.
Yeah, like schools, for example, I think would be very important because that's where our youngsters are, right?
Yeah.
So I just hope so that this can be in
and
university.
They get more close to Mozambican history.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
And be ideals, and we can create ideal minds for the future.
You see,
strong minds.
All right, thanks a lot for coming and also for sharing with us about this documentary that you have produced. Together with one of us, our Mozambican film producer, and Emidio Josine, and of course John. Thanks a lot for coming, and we see each other at CCFM on Monday.
Yes, we'll all be there.
Okay. Well, this is your 105.9 FM. In 3 minutes, our current affairs magazine Fireplace will be there. Was here in the studio still, of course, with Nalini, Evelyn de Sousa, Emidio Josine, and also John Lino. Seems like John Lennon.
I can imagine.
And that's it. This time, let's stay with Ismael. The song is entitled Dawa.